I'm Imogen, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to be taking you through my IKEA greenhouse cabinet, which I set up I think about 6 weeks ago now. I'll be showing you the plants I keep in that cabinet and talking about which ones are thriving and putting out new leaves, and also showing you the ones which aren't doing so well in this environment. So this is what my cabinet usually looks like with the lights on. But I'll turn them off so you can see the true colours of the plants. Up top we have a couple of Fittonia. So this is an older sort of just normal green and white one, and then I also have another green and white one, but this one has sort of frilled edges, as you can hopefully see there. I haven't noticed too much new growth on either of these, but they both still seem to look really healthy, and I think I just don't notice them as much. So even if they had grown new leaves, I just don't think I'd notice them too much. I'm moving around this new plant. At the back I have a Peperomia leaf attempting to propagate. I had a few more leaves, but they just went brown and didn't survive. So I've only got one leaf left, but that one seems to be fine so far, although no sign of any new shoots yet. At the front I have a new little Alocasia. This was a new purchase last week, but I'll talk more about it in my upcoming haul video. At the back on this top shelf is a Syngonium. I still don't know what type it is, but it's there and seems to be alright. Now, I did have another Syngonium here, but I don't think that one was too happy. It was losing quite a lot of its leaves, so I moved it out of this cabinet for now to see if I can sort of rehab it a bit. So then we'll move down. This is my most full shelf. Let's start on the left. Oh, I was having quite a big fungus gnat problem, just lots of them flying around, so I got a couple of these yellow stickers to stick on the glass which attract the fungus gnats, and that seems to have worked really well. But in terms of plants in here, we have got quite a lot. So I have two polka dot plants here. So this one is a pink one. When I first got it, it was more of this kind of pale pink and green colouring there. But as it's grown, and perhaps due to the grow lights, that pink seems to have intensified, as does the green, to the point where leaves like this are pretty solidly pink with almost green polka dots, rather than the other way around. That has grown loads. I could probably do with chopping it a bit to make it shorter and bushier. At the back is another polka dot plant that is growing fantastically and has actually put out some new sort of plants. There you can see the sort of newer plants at the bottom on the left and the older ones sort of upright on the right. This one looks amazing. This one also has a sort of smaller one. So what I might actually do is cut off the original stems and just stick with these. But either way, it's really happy and thriving in this cabinet. When I didn't have these in the cabinet, I was finding I was having to water them maybe every other day or so, but since keeping them in here, I've not had to do that nearly as much, which is really helpful because I don't need to chuck on them loads. Actually, yeah, let's go on to this plant. So this is an Aluminium plant. Yeah, this one is really lanky. It's just one stem at the moment. I keep on saying that I will sort of chop and prop it, but I just haven't got around to it yet. And yeah, that one is definitely growing new leaves, and I haven't had any problems with it. Next we have my third Fittonia. This one is red and green. Not much to say on this one either. It is putting out a few new leaves, and I can kind of tell more with this Fittonia than the other ones, just because this is less bushy. But yeah, again, it seems quite happy. At the back is my Calathea Beautystar. Now, I don't think this one's unhappy, but I don't think it's happy either. I thought that it would do really well in this cabinet with high humidity, and although we've only got a little bit of browning on the tips, and this sort of portion on this oldest leaf here, still don't think it looks too great. This new leaf at the bottom is clearly not having it, so maybe I just need to water it a bit more because this does feel quite dry. Next I have my Alocasia Black Velvet. This is doing really well. So this leaf over here is actually its second leaf. So I had one leaf, which was all it was when I got it. That one, once this third one came out, was just looking really sorry for itself, so I cut it off. So I had this second leaf, and then since I've put it in the cabinet, it has put out this third leaf, and that is much bigger than this second one, which is really great. I think I can see the beginnings of a third one coming out of this third leaf's petiole, so hopefully I won't have too long to wait until that comes out. At the back, just for a bit of colour, I have a sort of lovely pink and green begonia. Again, nothing much to say about this. It isn't dying, and I think I might have to repot it in the spring because I think it is getting quite big for its pot. And that is the second shelf. Now going down onto the third shelf. Down here I have two beautiful plants and one not so happy one, so I'll start with that first. This was a Hoya Bordvare, which I got from Pop It Plants in my mystery cuttings unboxing. This one was a rooted plant, but I clearly just can't look after it, so I think it was very unhappy in my lounge on a shelf. So I moved it up to this greenhouse to try and cheer it up a bit, but it's not having it. So I think it might actually be a bit too late for this one. Then onto the final two plants. This is my Alocasia Red Secret, or Alocasia Cuprea, which has done fantastically. So this massive leaf is its newest one. It is still sort of floppy and a bit thinner than the older leaves, which sort of harden up, but that'll come with time. It is both a massive leaf but also really tall compared to the rest of the plant, which is great. And that was on this stem, or this sort of plant. Then on the second plant, I think, yeah, this is that one's newest leaf. So not quite as big as the other one, but it is still growing, and this one is fresher as well. The final plant in my greenhouse cabinet is my Anthurium Clarinervium, which has put out a new leaf, which is this one. Compared to the older leaves, I think you can kind of see the colour difference. I definitely can in real life. The older leaves are much darker green, while this newer leaf still has a touch of that kind of juvenile orangey shade, which it has when it first comes out. This sort of older leaf is browning a bit. I think it did have a little bit of damage when I first got it, and unfortunately that seems to have carried on developing a bit, but I tend to have that leaf at the back anyway, so I don't mind too much. And that's it. That's all of the plants in my greenhouse. As ever, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!